Welcome to the Kingdom Podcast, featuring Commissioner Christine King, where all voices are heard.
Bonsoir. Welcome to the Kingdom Podcast. This month is Haitian Heritage Month, as well as Mental Health Awareness. My guest today needs no introduction, Mr. Wyclef John. He is Grammy Award-winning artist, inducted into the Music Hall of Fame, our very own Haitian American. Welcome to the Kingdom Podcast.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. But you know, we're going to have to start this with, there's a little call that I do. I go, eh.
Okay.
You want to try it? They be making fun of me because they say, we don't care what the song is. It could be like, someone please call 911. I never really knew that she could dance like this. They be like, yo, Clef. Oh, you see, you caught it. That's the vibe right there. So, it was crazy because I was saying off camera before the cameras came on, we be talking like two lost cousins.
Right.
Yeah,
it's just easy. It's just easy having you here. And now you're here located in Miami and you want to do big things in Miami, in Little Haiti. And as the commissioner of the district, I was like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You have to come on the podcast.
Well, yeah, but my roots in Miami is very, very deep. So I go back to Miami in a very deep era. So my first time coming in Miami was connecting with Macazo from the Zoe Pound.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I go way back with Macazo. So I just want to start off by saying free Macazo.
Okay.
For multiple reasons.
For multiple reasons.
So
Free
this
Macazo.
so this is important for me in saying that, right? Because if we get that opportunity, we can change our lives. So in Miami, when I used to come, and every Haitian already know, like from Haiti, you're going to either end up in Miami or Brooklyn first. Like, let's not even talk about the DCs, the Bostons. I love y'all, but y'all know what I'm saying first. So in saying that, we got an opportunity. So when I was coming to Miami, shout out to Uncle Luke, DJ Khaled, everyone, I was actually the first one to do Bayfront Carnival. So literally, I was the first one. I started I was one of those original festival guys. Now remember, so now when y'all go back and you look at the tape, you're going to see me bringing Aaliyah, Timbaland, this is when the rumor was spread that Usher is Haitian, because in the backstage, Usher was like, yo, what do I say? He always be like, yo, because of you in that Miami show, everybody be walking up to me like, yo, are you Haitian? I say that. I say that because I was in the crowd with Macazo, and I remember what he said. He said, man, my vision for the Zoe Pound is for this generation to rise and become innovative in their music and their community and in their arts. So I only say that because sometimes I have friends that are behind the penitentiary, and I really believe in that prison reform idea.
Me too. Me too.
Right? And then,
it's our responsibility. It's our responsibility.
Facts.
We have when I was practicing law, when I was the president of MLK EDC, I always partnered with the federal system. You have to come out, when you get out of the feds, you have to do community service. They pile you up with a load of community service. I made MLK EDC one of the locations that you can come and do your community service and really be a part of the community. I partner with organizations that help returning citizens obtain jobs and housing. I pushed an initiative to I negotiated with Inter Miami so that they could hire people for the soccer project to build a soccer stadium, because you may have made a mistake or not, but that doesn't mean that will define the rest of your life. And who are we if we don't have compassion? And if we're all honest, Everybody has somebody in their family or your extended family who has found themselves in a situation. And it's our responsibility to help everybody. We can't, we have to help the homeless. We have to help our returning family. We need to help everybody. And then what you were saying about Carnival, you and I were talking about that, right? Because I would love to see Carnival come back to Miami.
We gonna look. We already know. We talked about that. We gonna make that happen. But you said something which touched me, right? So let's start with me. Like, my mom is probably watching this, and if she tells you, like, and my sisters, my brothers, everyone, cousins, they're watching this, I wasn't the chosen. I was the one that was supposed to be in jail. I was the one that everybody thought wasn't gonna make it, was gonna get shot up, was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming down. They go to Crazy Haitians.
But tell the story when you told your dad you wanted to be a rapper.
Well, no. Well, everybody. Well, okay. So let's just take it. Everybody that's watching this, if you from the Caribbean, I don't care where you from.
Guyana,
from Haiti, DR, Guyana, Puerto Rico. So there's 3 things you're gonna be when you come in America: doctor, engineer, lawyer. Rapper's not in it. So I told my dad, he was like, "Yo, what you gonna be?" I was like, "Rapper." He said, "Rapper, drug dealer, music." Like, automatically, he tied the rap with the drug dealer. Like, automatically. Like, we was in Marlboro Projects in Coney Island. I was like, nah. I was like, Dad, it's like, you know how when you be having me read the Bible or like the book of Psalms, I said, it's like poetry. He said, no, rapper, pimp music, drug dealer music. And you know what's deep is he was a minister of the cloth. Mm-hmm. He named me John Wyclef after the reformator from the 14th century. So everybody that's watching this, the book of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Right.
First translation, they're like, oh, go ahead, Clef, I'm about to flex with my religion. The first translation of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, that translation was done by John Wyclef. And ironically, he was a reformator. Mm-hmm. And that's what I told my dad that I'm going to be. I was like, yo, I'm a reformator. I'm going to reform the art. So for me, growing up when I got to the projects, I told dudes, I was like, yo, y'all luck. So watch this. My first experience when I came from Haiti, right, and I got to the project, because in my head, right, I was like, okay, I come to America, the land of the free. I go see my brothers, everything nice, right? So I remember, like, so excited I was, like, I'm in the projects and it's a corner, and I go up to the dudes, right, because I'm mad exciting, you know what I'm saying? And then they're black folks just like me, so I'm like extremely excited, you know what I'm saying,
right,
to see them, right? I see they look black like me. I'm like,
and
yo.
they look at you like.
I go up and I hit them with that, my brothers, how you are, my brothers? We ain't your brother.
That's
like,
right.
and that was like, I was like, that was a shock, right? Because past that, the reality of what we faced was automatically to get from one block to the next block. It's like you're dealing with situations where you don't have no choice now. You forced to get ganged up with your own tribe because, as I'm talking to you here, I know a family member that was deported, that was killed in front of schools, all of that because of where we came from.
Right.
So the thing which I explain to people, I said music for me, y'all gotta understand where I came from. Music and being accepted in a community and being able to learn how to speak English and to rap in English.
Right.
I said that was a survival mechanism for me. I said, do you understand, like, you might just be rhyming a rhyme. I said, what you know about rhyming just so you can make it from one project building and then cross the other building without you getting shot.
Right.
Or for the set to feel like, oh, he's part of us, he's one of us.
You fit in.
We fit in. So for me, I always, like, with my dad, I always defy that because I said what hip hop did was that was neutral ground. Like, it didn't matter.
Right, who
where
was spitting those rhymes?
No, it didn't matter what color your flag was. Nope. It didn't matter what side of the country you came from. So for me, I felt like my sense of comfort in rap, in hip hop. So, which was a cultural experience, an urban culture experience
Right,
at the time.
right.
So I used to always defend that with my dad in a lot of debates. My dad never came to any of my shows.
No.
Never. So I became a Fuji. Peep this, no cap.
Right.
My father's so gangster. He's a preacher. He's he's my hero. Like people be like, who your hero? I said, my dad, RIP. But he's a preacher and he's also a mechanic too. One day he's working in Don Warnock and he's like under the hood and he's like fixing the car. And a Mexican brother goes to him, Gessner, you know, you look like that big famous singer, Wyclef Jean. And my dad said, Wyclef Jean? Wyclef Jean is my son. The guy said, nah, Pastor. That ain't your son. You got the wrong, I'm telling you, it's this millionaire kid, you know. And then I remember my dad calling me like, so what is it that you do again? Like, just to show you, like, and this is like when I'm a Fuji,
And he's so
ready or
unimpressed.
not, one time, two times, and like he is not impressed. So the way that I got my dad is, you know, towards the end of his life. And I had a vision to do a show at Carnegie Hall. And I was like, okay, I wanted to show hip hop wasn't what they thought hip hop was, right? So as a student of the cloth who studied like Gershwin and Quincy Jones, I was like, I want to do Carnegie Hall, write all the sheet music, get the Philharmonic Orchestra, bring my jazz teacher from high school, and then bring my whole wish list out. So it was like Beyonce, Destiny Child, everybody that you could think of. This is everyone I was producing at the time. And I tricked my dad to go to the show because I told him it was going to be a gospel show because we was raised on gospel. Like I played music in the church. He was grooming me to be like a church performer. So he comes to the show and my dad on the balcony, and I ain't going to even lie to you, Stevie Wonder, everybody's out there. I was so emotional. I stopped everything. Everybody come to see the kid. And I was like, yo, you know what's the most specialist thing about tonight?
My dad.
My dad is on that balcony. He passed away a few years later than that. But you know how you be waiting for that one moment for like your dad to be like, okay, you made it. And you know what I'm saying? But the thing about Haitians, they talk in parables. They could never, them old folks, like they never give you a direct word. You know what I'm saying? Everything is like, you know this son is coming from. So he comes backstage, I'm waiting for that accolade, and I'm like, waiting. And he goes, do you know when someone has made it? I'm like, oh, here we go again. Like, Dad, just tell me I ripped this party apart. And he said, you know someone make it when the arena shows up and they don't see the color, they see the man. Right? And it's so deep, like what he said, because my whole entire life was the ability of fighting for music in the sense of you can't put us in a box. We will never be accepted inside of a box because we come from these rural communities. You can't tell me that for me to be hot, I constantly gotta be on the radio, because I'm gonna be like, no, while I'm on the radio, I wanna be scoring a movie at the same time. While I'm scoring a movie, I wanna set up a business at the same time. So
when you do what you love, which is a resounding sentiment here, do what you love. And when you do what you love,
that's it.
It transcends everything when you do what you love.
100%.
And you're so great at it.
Love,
so great
respect.
at it.
Thank you.
Right. And my parents, when I announced I was going to law school, they were like, what? But I did it, and they were like, okay. Now my name is, that's my daughter, the attorney.
That's right.
I don't know what. they never tell anybody that's my daughter, the attorney. Meet my daughter, the attorney. And you know, so
that's proud. They proud, insanely proud.
Very, very
Yeah,
proud. Very proud. So
Yes.
how do you like it being here again, like putting roots down again?
Well, I think that
Because you really sound like a New Yorker.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Yes,
Brooklyn,
you
Jersey
just sound
boy.
just like my cousin.
Joycey.
Let me give a shout out to my cousin Kwesi, because you
Yeah.
sound just like
Yeah,
him.
nah, straight up. Moi sonne kako en New Yorker, mais là m'a parlé, me sonne kako haïtien. You heard that? I gave that hardcore Haitian talk.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, I sound like a New Yorker, but when I talk Creole, I sound like I'm Haitian. I would say, for me, Miami is always in my peripheral. It's like I explained to you the situation. But I would say that after taking a run at the presidential bid in Haiti, I realized something. And why did I do it, right? Because a lot of times history pushes us towards things like, because it's like, I'm comfortable like showing up on stage with my guitar.
Right.
Like that world is insane. You show up, the dressing room, you know, what's your order? What color would you like your room?
What color M&Ms do you want?
Color
what kind of water do you want? Do you want your bread, the edges cut off your bread?
Insanity,
whatever you want.
Right?
And then you step out of that comfort zone and say, hey, I'm going to run for president of Haiti.
Yeah, you step out of that. And what, I would say, what's the first thing, like, why did I do that, right? I would say the first thing that for me is coming from there and leaving when I was 10 years old. I'm from a small town called La Sierre outside of Croix-des-Bouquets.
Okay.
And this little village, to get to my village, you literally got to go through the cemetery, and then it's my village. And we used to play in the cemetery. So let's just start with that. So I would say that in my mind, the reason why I'm content and I can sleep at night is because I know that I'm the greatest inspiration for a young kid in my village.
In your village, yes.
That's 9 or 10, right? Because it's not a matter of will I get it or not, right? I did it because at the end of the day, they have to see a future. So in order for them to see a future, sometimes we have to sacrifice ourselves in that position, right? So
all the time, it's a sacrifice.
Right?
Public service is a sacrifice, but so many people look up and they're like, if he can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
If she can do it, I can do it. But you do have to put yourself out there completely.
You completely in a fire. Like just so FYI, public office is you are in a fire. You literally sacrifice yourself for other people. This is big. People have to understand that.
You don't have to tell
right?
me.
So I'm telling them so they understand.
Yes.
Right? They gotta understand that part of it. So because you could be bottom line, nobody want the power like that. It ain't like, you know what I mean, you're gonna take this power and bring an alien back, right? So at the end of the day, I look at a kid from the village in Haiti and I say, then I look at Toussaint Louverture. Right. And Toussaint Louverture, the black general, in his deathbed, I always say you could define a woman or a man a lot of times when they're facing the reaper, right? Because a lot of times we could talk, right? Trust me, our communities, they love talking. Like that, talking is one of the #1 things. But what happens when you face death, face to face? Because now this is gonna defy your moment.
Right.
So
it's gonna show who you really are. It's gonna show who you really are.
The reaper is real. There's no talking, because you know you're going.
Right.
Toussaint Louverture. I'll give it to you verbatimly in my own words, but as he said, you know, it's like, do whatever you want to do with me, but the seeds have been planted. Right? He already know he's leaving. So to me, we are those seeds. So now if I'm the Toussaint seed, now what am I going to do with that? So for me, there's a young kid too. So do whatever you want with me, but now I got to plant these seeds so this is how generation keeps going. So I did that because I never wanted a kid to look back in that island and think he or she cannot be president of a country. And that I needed them to don't think of like, let me be just a singer, or let me be a performer, or let me just run. I needed them to know that bigger than that, here's someone with the ultimate success in America that says at the end of the day, you too can be exactly what you want to be, and don't fall into that stereotype.
I want to say, I want to reiterate that, because we are planting seeds. We are setting it up for the next generation. We are giving them hope. What you just said was so powerful. Do what you want to do with me, because I'm already planting the seeds. I'm already making it happen, and I'm always in awe and honored when someone comes up to me and says, thank you. Thank you for what you're doing. The other day, a woman stopped me and said, my daughter studied you for Black History, and you were her report.
Wow.
She reported
Amazing.
on you. And I'm like, what? It gives me the inspiration to keep going, to keep doing what I'm doing. And that was facts, what you just said. We are planting seeds.
No, and it's so amazing, right? And then this is what my daughter, I was saying this off camera, so someone like you, it's inspiration. It's like anything you want to be, you can be that, but don't defy who we're gonna be by putting us in a little box.
Right.
So in saying that, I did not win the presidency, but I discovered something. My power in Haiti is if you give me great government, I'm literally the Elon Musk of my country, because I don't lack resource or bringing in potential power players to come in a position. Then I understood healthcare, education,
Right.
job creation,
Right. Right.
innovation.
Right.
And a lot of these islands like Haiti, right? We say third world island, or let's go to parts of Africa, third world country. A lot of the technology that you see that we see here in the States years later, a lot of that is used. I remember like mobile banking in Haiti. I saw that before I seen it even up here.
Really?
Like mobile banking, like a lot of different technologies. I watched it firsthand, and I've seen that. So in saying that, little Haiti for me is just an extension of Haiti. So at the end of the day, for Haiti to move forward, it ain't gonna take them Haitians in Haiti. Now I'm gonna repeat what I said, and whoever don't like it, see me when you see me. For Haiti to move forward, it ain't gonna take the Haitians in Haiti.
I got that.
Come on, like how is that gonna happen, right? It takes, for a nation to move forward, it takes those that have that knowledge and that capability to help move a country forward. So
yes.
me, at the end of the day, in Jersey, I'm setting an example. In Long Island, I went to Five-Town College as a doctor of music, and I'm teaching a lot of the courses. So one of the things that we want to do here in Little Haiti is I'm looking at a Wyclef Jean higher learning of the arts.
Right.
Very excited about that.
And our community needs that.
I'm excited about
Our
that.
community needs that. And the kids in Little Haiti need that. And what I want to do is be a sponsor of all of that. We have a fantastic soccer team. Fantastic. Those kids are top notch. But there are other kids that don't have an interest in playing football. They want to create music. They want to study technology. But we need the infrastructure. We need the programming to do that. And I know that is one of your dreams.
Yeah. So that's music to my ears, right? So to your point, I said we be talking like two lost cousins. But to your point, right? So what happened to the kid? There's one kid who likes to play football, right? And then there's another kid that likes to do music.
Right.
But then there's probably another kid that want to be an astronaut.
Exactly.
Right? And then there's one kid right now that is like, I can reverse diabetes, right? There's a kid who's trying to figure the solution.
There
right?
is. And I met one of those kids. He came to me, Constituent Tuesday, and he said, Commissioner, I need your help. I'm a student at University of Miami, and it's expensive. I need a scholarship. I need a grant. This young man is studying the effects of vitamin D on cancer,
Amazing. That's what I'm talking about.
HIV. He's a product of Little Haiti. And he's going to reach back and pull somebody. I'm getting tingles, chills all over just talking about it, because he just came and found me and said, I need your help. And we do have a STEM scholarship, and that obviously fits into that academia, and we got him a scholarship.
That's amazing. And you see, so to your point, I say higher learning, right? And we all know when we say higher learning, we talking about college course teachings, right? Now, this is important. So where I'm from, and I've been to parts of Africa, let me tell you what I've seen. I've seen kids 9 years old dismantle an entire firearm piece, an entire Uzi, like Mac 11s, take everything apart, clean it, take it, put it back together. And in 3 seconds, they assumed a sniper position. I've seen here in America, young kids that are 10 years old, where the dude that's 20 comes and says, here's crack. This is how you cook it. This is how you move it. I'm going to need you on that block. Now, take what I'm saying. I'm about to do the same thing. I was one of those kids. So if that sort of thinking can be reversed, a kid that's 10 or 11, 12, there's no way he can't learn calculus.
No way.
Right? So there's no way to your
Biology.
Point.
Chemistry.
It's
all of that.
Come on. So what I'm trying to create is an incubator, right? But I call it the octopus with 8 arms. Because to your point, let's create different incubators and let kids. So what we want to do is we're going to start this pool and this wing in Little Haiti. We want it in Little Haiti, the culture center. Now, what we want to do with this wing, we want it to affect like a domino effect. So at the end of the day, we started, but we need this thing and this information to spread throughout Little Haiti. But think about it. When someone says Little Haiti or Little Havana for a second, what you think you saying? You saying the world. Like at the end of the day, the when you look at it, can you imagine the essence of like if the Latin America, if the Caribbean, if none of that was within the states, you already know a lot of swag will be missing.
Right.
And
exactly.
So and moving forward, I'm excited about community building, but not in the old traditional sense. And looking forward to work with innovators that are already doing that in that space. That's my contribution. The next thing I'm gonna say is why. I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why is because, remember I said this. So I believe in integration of gentrification. Let me explain to you. From the hood, the bulldozer is coming. Whether you want it or not, it's coming, right? But guess what is exciting? What's exciting is now if I have incubators and I'm teaching you how to work the hotels, right?
Right.
What the incubators is going to teach you is the future of how the AI is working with the hotel. So I don't only want you to work the hotel, I want you to come up with the coding for the AI that later on you can probably sell back to that hotel, right? So now if we have a car company, Atix, and then there's a electric car plant, that car is built with the most fascinating technology. So now, who is that kid that's going to come up with that next Atix? Where's that coding come from? That's going to come from this place. So we're talking about an incubator of not teaching people things that they can't use. So teach kids what's about to come in the community and give them that information.
Exposure. Expose them to that. I think exposure is the greatest thing. Expose them to everything. Let them choose what they love. But we have to expose them because everybody else is getting exposure. You know, something as simple 10 years ago as having internet in your home. Our community didn't have that. That was a novelty. That was for the rich kids. But now, through our efforts, that's something that most every household now has internet because we knew we needed that exposure. We had to expose our children to the internet because they were getting left behind. And that's what we have to continue to do. We have to continue to expose our children to cutting edge stuff so they can be right there at the table.
100%. You know, you have a young gamer who's gaming and can make $100,000 a month. A young gamer can take care of his family. Now, what happens when I take this young gamer and I teach him how to create his own coding for his own game? Right? So, and all of this is real. That's what I was saying. So we need to start to think of new higher learning ways of what products we come in with and how the kids are going to be using that. And the only reason I say integration of gentrification is because at the end of the day, let's include the communities in the big plan by training the youth with what's coming in the future.
Right. And even, we could even include our young adults. We can catch them as well. We can, because it's not too late. We can catch them as well. But that's what we have to, it's our responsibility my responsibility as an elected official to provide the seeds.
100%. And so with our incubator from 10 to 25.
Yes.
10 to 25,
yes,
30. I don't know, 30 you might be a little too old for me. I'm 53.
No, not necessarily.
No, I'm kidding.
There's some people that are late bloomers, and
I already know.
I think they're signaling.
Are you saying you're going to be teaching a night course?
I can teach a course.
Cool. All right.
I can teach a course. I can learn.
You're going to need that law incubator. You got to break it down
I
to
can
them.
definitely teach a course.
Right.
Now, I have a segment of my podcast that is called The Spitfire, where I ask you 5 questions and you just answer.
Oh, I thought you was going to have me spit fire, but go ahead.
No, you've already done that.
I was going to start
you've
barring up on you
like, started, well, you know what? You probably can.
I'm
okay.
ready.
What's the most dangerous thing you do?
Probably jump off of high things. Yes. So I'm known to be like the climber. So what that means is like, I don't care if it's like mountains.
Right.
So if you ever been to a Wyclef show, I'm the one that's known to like super climb. I was in parts of the world. I think I got banded for like flying from the sky, coming down. And that this all makes sense because ever since a kid, I just like to always be like in high places and stuff. I have no fear of heights or the idea. One of the things that I want to do in the next 3 years, actually, man, you looking at me like that. I can't even invite you with the next part I was going to say.
No, I like hiking. I don't necessarily like heights, but I do.
You want to climb Kilimanjaro?
Is it cold?
I mean, we could go when it's not cold.
When it's not cold, because I actually hiked Camelback Mountain.
Okay.
In Scottsdale, Arizona.
Okay.
I loved that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't,
This one you go like super high.
So, as long as it's not like.
No, but look, this is the trick. When you're going high like that, you just don't look back.
Right.
That's it. You just don't look back. You keep going like that.
As long as I'm moving, I'm okay.
The thing is, you could never look back because, you know what I mean? This is how you're moving like that. Right. So that's probably one of the things that's probably...
I probably would dig that. I probably would love that. What's your favorite song?
Redemption Song by Bob Marley.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite book?
My favorite book thus far are 2, but I would say I have to go with The Alchemist.
I loved that book, The Alchemist. Yeah. Yes, I love that book. Good choice. Yeah. If you could have dinner with anyone, living or dead, who would you break bread with?
It'd probably be my father.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Last question. If you could tell 20-year-old Wyclef, if you could give him some advice, what would you say?
If I could give the 20-year-old Wyclef some advice, I would say just be kind, nice, and, don't break her heart. You know what I mean?
That's some good advice.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't break her heart. You know what I mean? That 20-year-old Wyclef, that guy is like Marvin Gaye, He show up, someone please go.
Well, thank you for being on my podcast.
Thank
you for joining me on the Kingdom Podcast,
Thank you.
where all voices are heard.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure.
When are we going to have dinner again?
All right, whenever you're ready, we're going to have dinner. You're going to teach the incubator. And then we look forward to the attics, all of the kids with the, I was just showing my man the car offline. So this electric car that we're going to have made in Florida. You know what I'm excited about? Not only the kids have the incubators, but there's actually proof of concepts.
Right.
And there's places where they can actually go see these things, which are amazing. And then whenever you're ready to have dinner, we could definitely have dinner again. But I'm holding you up to the law part of it, the law incubator.
I was actually a professor for 3 years at Barry University, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I love sharing the knowledge. It's not ours to keep.
Facts. All right.
All right.
It's
Thank
on.
you again. That's a wrap, everybody.